Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Mad love and respect for everyone passing through to tonight's video. This is going to be a quick update on what you need to know about Bitcoin right now. So here we go. We have had a whipsaw of price action today, ladies and gentlemen. We were talking about the liquidation zones in the chart, and you can see that they've come up slowly right now, coming towards that 20,700 zone. That would be a nice point of interest for Bitcoin, but they came down earlier on today, all the way down towards to test that daily open, but managed to successfully hold the range. They narrowly missed that liquidity down below at the 19,450, where $4.5 billion worth of long liquidations would have seen a very sad day. Now look, if you go into the lower time frames, you can see the madness of Mr. Market Maker. Now, not so long ago, I just shared a video to the patrons of the channel telling them about why this behavior by Bitcoin is no different to what we saw not so long ago back in June. Pull up the 1 hour time frame, ladies and gentlemen, and go all the way back to June. Okay, the start of the month in June. And I know you guys will remember that time very well. No one had any idea what Bitcoin was doing. But it was at the start of the month. And at the start of the month, ladies and gentlemen, what information are we always going to get, especially from the US dollar? Well, where are we right now? We're coming into the 1st of September. Yeah? We've got a new monthly candle forming, ladies and gentlemen. Already we've had this information coming out, non-farm employment change, and then going into tomorrow and Friday, we have the unemployment claims, the ISM manufacturing reading, average hourly earnings, and non-farm employment change with the unemployment rate as well. So we've got 2 days worth of madness when it comes to price action, because if you were a market maker, you would take advantage of all the anticipation of whether the news is going to be favorable for the dollar or not. You'd be taking advantage of the idea where traders across the board, investors, hedge fund managers are all looking to try and get orders filled at particular points in the chart, hoping that Bitcoin or any other asset is going to be moving up or down. And this is what Mr. Market Maker does. He provides us with the opportunity to be able to exploit this sort of situation. For every green and red vector candle you see inside of this zone, ladies and gentlemen, especially at the 1st of June, is exactly the same thing that has happened so far in the current price point with Bitcoin. Notice how they've recovered everything. Let's go to the current price point with Bitcoin, and you can see so far, so good. They have recovered most of the vectors inside of this zone. Now, an ideal scenario, ladies and gentlemen, would be Bitcoin to come back up into this imbalance right here, because it's a huge imbalance. We will anticipate Bitcoin coming back into this zone. How long is it going to take is the art of trading. What side of the trade will you be on until it makes that time to make it back towards this vector zone? You want to run along from this zone and hope that Bitcoin comes up, happy days. But what if Bitcoin drops down even further, ladies and gentlemen? What if that's going to be the case? Now, check this out. Let's go on the assumption that Bitcoin is holding out purely for news plays. It is possible that Bitcoin is just going to do this until the news finalizes for the rest of the week. All right? Notice where they are doing all of this. All above the key 20,000 zone in the chart, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah? They're making traders believe one thing is happening against the next. And this is the problem with trading, because you'll never know. That's the truth. You'll never know. One thing you must be mindful of tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that the monthly candle is coming to an end in the next 3 hours and 40 minutes. The monthly candle will be finalizing. I'd suggest that you pay attention to this time of the evening, especially in the next 3.5 hours. Because this is going to dictate if Bitcoin is going to hold this zone. A breach of the 20K, ladies and gentlemen. Now look, the 20K has already been breached, all right? But they've come back up into it. Notice the behavior of price action here. It's all to do with this zone right here. This area is the sweet spot for Bitcoin, all right? This is where price closed at. This is where it opened at. This is where it currently is at, okay? This zone is very important. But the truth of the matter says, ladies and gentlemen, that we still have got vector candles to be aware of. And I ain't going to try and alarm you. I'm just telling you the straight facts of what I see in front of me, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the next vectors reside. However long it takes, the imbalance is present in the chart. We've got to try and work out at what point will Mr. Market Maker start making a run for it, given that the liquidity at 19.5 is 4.4 billion. We roll it over to the month. You can see bright as day that the liquidity down below, wait for it. Here's the book map for you right there, ladies and gentlemen. I'll speak about that in a split second. Oh my days, look at that. $24 billion worth of long liquidations at 19.3. You want to see a little bit more of a cleaner perspective? Look at where we are right now in the last 3 months. This will make you be aware of something. If 24 billion is there, what else is nearby? So we have got $64 billion worth of long liquidations. Go down even further, 29 billion, 46 billion, 55 billion. Go even further, 53 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a sore sight. The principal would say that we would see Bitcoin come into these liquidation points. And then you have $68 billion worth of shorts. Well, let's ask the question. As a market maker, naturally, you would assume that they would come to 65 billion here, 52 billion. So just in these 2 price points, 19,400, 19,200, okay? Just these 2 zones alone, where is it? There you go. 19,400 and 19,200. Just that alone is just shy of 100 billion. Just over $100 billion worth of long liquidations. I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Market Maker, surely is he really that greedy? It's so close. One would only assume that it's going to be reaching those zones. But we've seen it before in the book map, where the liquidity was present to the upside and they didn't take it. Look, we were waiting for that 20,400 zone. They had the liquidity stacked up there, ladies and gentlemen. Does it mean they're going to take it? That's something that we will only know as price matures throughout the rest of the evening. Again, 3 hours until the new monthly candle forms. Tomorrow is midweek reversal. Let's hope that Bitcoin does decide, in principle, to move to a point in the chart where we would anticipate a reversal back up to start coming back up into this imbalance up here. That'll be a nice situation for Bitcoin. At least we'd be away from the 20,000 zone. But the truth of the matter is this, ladies and gentlemen, the dominance of the dollar doesn't look like it's stopping. Let's be honest. You look at the 1 hour time frame, you've got a nice red vector candle that the dominance of the dollar is trying to effectively recover. We've got more imbalances up here, so we've got to be very cautious with that. Dollar yen creeping upwards ain't stopping. It wants that 139. It's tapped it 3 times today nearly. $150 yen. That's what they're calling for. Ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, you're never going to know if a trade's going to play out in your favor or your analysis is going to work out or not unless you are in a trade. The more time you spend in a drawdown, the more information you're getting about whether your analysis was correct or not. The sooner you realize a profit, take it. The longer you are in a loss, close it. You can't be irrational. Mr. Market Maker can. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. I hope this video update has sort of cleared a few things for you. Be mindful of the monthly candle itself, ladies and gentlemen. 3.5 hours, it will be updating and there's going to be some movement. Protect your balance, protect your mind, and I'll be checking in with you all tomorrow, 2 p.m. to bring that fire. Mad love and respect, ladies and gentlemen. Take care of yourselves. Peace.